Morning, everybody. Lives with Legends, our little podcast. We got Flo Adams down there, aka Flozel Adams. What's up, man?
What's up, man? What's up? Looking to another great week of talking the smack. And usually the smack that we talk about is not the stuff that we're making up, it's the stuff that's presented. We just size it up a little bit and it's the truth. There's nothing fake about it. There's nothing fake.
That,
We
yeah,
just
that,
expand the story.
yeah, that is no joke.
Yes, it
Uh,
is.
so we'll go into the NFL first, just because obviously it was a very interesting weekend. Bears are back at number one NFC. Um, I didn't watch the Falcons Buccaneers game, but I was a little surprised. It looks like the Buccaneers are kind of. Although I think they're still in the top of their little piece there, but man, it looks like they're just falling apart. The
I watched
Falcons
the
were.
game.
Did you?
Yeah, I watched the game. They were in it and they were playing extremely well, and I think they played well all the way through the end. It was the mental lapses that caused them to lose. It wasn't like how they were playing. They were playing good. They
Yeah.
were playing like they were at the beginning of the season, which made them, top in the division. But the mental lapses and a couple little mistakes had prevented them from winning that that football game. And Kirk Cousins was on point. You saw the young Kirk Cousins out there. What did he throw? Like 3 touchdowns, 300 plus yards. I mean,
Young.
you can't you can't underestimate a veteran out there at any time.
Yeah. I mean, they're still sitting on top of the NFC South. The Buccaneers are. Um, Falcons are at 5-9. I mean, I get Cousins coming out and balling out, but man, um, Ravens Bengals. Obviously, that is a disaster for the Bengals because that they're out of playoffs. It's over with. But 24-0 to get absolutely nothing out of having a quarterback that you have and getting no points. That's just sad.
Well, Jamar Chase, those stat chaser type wide receivers are definitely not pleased with everything that's going on right now. And to get that type of payroll and those type of players that are with the Bengals right now, wide receivers Chase and the other wide receiver Higgins just got paid this offseason, and you got a very good running back and the quarterback who just got paid. Now we're gonna keep saying the quarterback. What is his name again?
Who?
Quarterback for the Bengals.
Um, Quarterback for the Bengals. What's his name again? Um, the white dude with the weird hair. Always does the white tips and stuff.
Oh man, come on! I can't believe this. It just
Man, we're
drew a bl-
horrible.
It just I know we just drew a blank right here, and I don't want to proceed until I
Joe
go through
Burrow.
that.
Joe
Who?
Burrow. Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. The reason
Man.
why we can't remember his name because his ass is always hurt and he's not
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow, a $200+ million quarterback,
Woo.
200 million dollar wide receiver, is a great running back who's doing a good job today with the sucky season they have, and they can't score a touchdown against the Ravens, which defense is not as good as it has been in 20 years.
Can't even get close enough for a field goal.
Can't get close enough for a field goal. There was not any missed field goals. So something's going to happen this offseason. They're probably going to be like top 5 in the league, or the sportscasters or ESPN or whatever you want to call it, about the doggone roster that's malfunctioning with the payroll they have. So there's definitely going to be some unpleased personnel and front office. So
Ooh,
that's
yeah,
going to be an interesting topic.
Eagles, I think after all the losses they've got lately, they finally took it out on the Raiders. 31-0.
Anybody can take it out on the Raiders. I mean, that program right there.
But I mean, Raiders got no points.
Uh,
31-0.
when was the last time the two teams had 0 points in 1 week?
I don't
I bet you
know.
that's a stat right there.
Yeah, probably somewhere, some random stat that two teams in one week had no points. But that was nothing but vengeance.
I know, but being that Pete Carroll's history with how he was in college and how he did with the Seahawks for all those years. Of course, at the end, they didn't do too well, and that's just how it is after you've been with the program for so long. I expected a little bit better performance out of the Raiders this year from this guy, but it's bad. It's simply bad. They have no quarterback. They have a rookie running back who is not bad, but he does have an offensive line. And I mean, I think Geno Smith is a good quarterback, but I mean, they couldn't protect him. The dude got beat up like a rag doll, being abused by a child. But I don't know. That's going to be another interesting topic for the offseason, because even though Pete Carroll has a resume with what he has, I mean, he's 73, 74 years old.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see what the Raiders are going to do with their at that end. As bad as they've been.
Yeah. They're not going to fire him, though. I mean, they got to at least give him another year to see some type of improvement.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be interesting offseason, along with the Bengals.
Texans over the Cardinals, 40-20. Texans have been just lighting it up lately.
Man, I like the Texans, man.
Man, they are. I'm getting a little scared of the Texans right now.
I know they were struggling at the beginning of the season. What did they want? Like 5 or 6 in a row? 5 or 6 in the last 5 in the last 6.
The Texans quarterback was out for a while, though.
Yeah, he was. Stroud.
Yeah, CJ Stroud. Yeah. Chargers over the Chiefs. So for all the Chief haters out there, you got your wish. The Chiefs are out of the playoffs.
The Chiefs are out of the playoffs. Y'all are happy? Are you people happy now that the Chiefs are out of the playoffs? I mean, I'm a Chiefs fan. I like Mahomes. I like Mahomes a lot. He's been all in my fantasy, but
no Taylor Swift at the Super Bowl this year. Sorry to all the ladies.
Well, you know what? I
girls out there.
I don't disagree with that. I admit I was getting tired of looking at her face. I mean, this is a football game. Why do you keep showing her kicking it in the booth?
Because the NFL got all them little girls that were Taylor Swift fans to watch football. Now they're like, Daddy, when's Taylor Swift's boyfriend gonna play? When's this? I want to watch that game. Literally, I mean, I would love to see the numbers for the NFL before Taylor Swift and after Taylor Swift.
Well, we're probably somebody's gonna make some numbers after that, because without the Chiefs in the playoffs, without Taylor Swift in there, it's gonna drop a little bit. I never even thought about the young ladies that all Taylor, what do they call them, Swifties or something like that. Swifties, they're not going to watch because she's going to be in there. They're going to probably drop a couple thousand, 50,000 maybe, and that's a lot of money for the NFL, because, NFL lives and breathes by the money.
Yeah, so Travis Kelce's jersey took a 400% uptick.
Since when? Since they announced that they were getting married?
Yeah.
Or something?
No. Since... let's see, fall 23, viewership and engagement were strong by a significant surge in demographic shift with her involvement, particularly among women and young fans, boosting ratings. Jersey sales, Travis Kelce up 400%. And overall brand value, making a league a massive culture event beyond just football fans. So, yeah.
So are you telling me, even though I know he's a current player, but maybe a former player like me can get with Mariah Carey and boost my old jersey sales up 4%?
Probably so.
I'll take it.
End up wearing the jersey and the All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Oh, man.
The remake. All I Want for Christmas. And then she got the 76. We need to see if we can get Mariah. We need to see if we get you put that 76 jersey on for us.
Yeah, put that 76 jersey. If you don't want to wear your nice Santa suit that you wear, and I'll wear the jersey in the background and
there you go.
The keys on the piano. I can do that. If I don't know how to play piano, I guarantee you I'll be playing by Beethoven by Christmas next week.
With that one, yeah.
I'll be up like 24 hours a day trying to figure out how to do that thing.
Be like, yeah, Flips, come on, man, let's go get lunch, man. I got piano lessons. I can't make it today. I can't make it today.
No podcast for the next 2 weeks because I won't be learning how to play the piano.
Bills over the Patriots. Most of the time, mostly everything I saw said the Patriots were going to beat the Bills, which is crazy.
Keep on. I was gonna wait till after you.
Patriots went into Buffalo Stadium, beat them. Bills came into Patriots Stadium, beat them.
Dude, I didn't watch that game.
I didn't either.
But I was driving. And I looked at the score on my phone. It was like 28-7, something like that. You know, we can't watch all games because this is not our profession, but to watch all games. We watch some games. But I saw like 28-7, 2014. I'm like, man, I said the Patriots whooping their ass. And then next thing you know, I'm checking towards the end of the game. I said, what? And so I see looking at the comments and stuff with Vrabel, and they're saying the officiating was sucked, and he was blaming officials for that. Okay, I don't have to watch the game to know that, yes, officials affect the outcome of the game, but not from 21 points down. You have to do something to readjust, to redo whatever you need to do to keep that from happening. But 21 points?
Yeah.
21 points? But I tell this, people disagree with me. If the matchup is again Patriots and Bill in the playoffs, the Patriots winning.
You think so?
Patriots going to win. And plus, if they stay with the record they have, they up top of the AFC.
We might have
East.
a nice little.
Let's do it.
Going on there.
Let's do it. And plus, at this rate, they're going to have to go to New England right now.
Yeah. Jaguars over Jets. Did I hear that Trevor Lawrence set a record?
Trevor Lawrence got me kicked out of my fantasy. The Jesus Christ Superstar Bandit. What do you have, like 3 touchdowns and 1 rushing? 4 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing?
I heard something that on fire counts for 6 touchdowns and Jags win.
He had 6 touchdowns himself.
Damn. You go, dude.
I lost my fantasy. The big dog.
Oh, the big one, not
one.
Our little one over here. Because I was looking at ours over here, and I don't even know what the playoffs look like. The funny thing is you're in the playoffs with yourself.
Yeah, I know. So I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good. I'm gonna win it.
And
But
you won yesterday. I saw that.
Yeah, I want to win it. And that doggone Trevor Lawrence knocked me off the big dog. He had 60 freaking points. 60. He's supposed to get like 21. He got 60.
That's crazy. All right, Commanders over Giants. I mean, who really cares? So I feel like this week's Browns-Bears, was a fluffer game for the Bears. 31-3. Shedeur Sanders. I mean, of course, I watched that game, Bears fan, but man, that was a horrible performance. Which it's actually funny. Right before that game, I said, I need Shedeur. I would really love for Shedeur Sanders to go out there and have a breakout game, but not this week.
Not this week.
And
I'm a Shedeur fan, but not last week. I hope he had a decent game, but not to beat the Bears.
Right.
But then, have you heard the controversy right now that there was a miscommunication with the head coach or offense coordinator with Shedeur? He apparently had the wrong wristband, calling the wrong plays.
Yeah, I saw they swapped that out. I saw they swapped out his wristband.
How could you do that? How could the quarterback not have the same signals or offensive plays that the offensive coordinator and the head coach don't?
Myles Garrett. So I am curious about this. So obviously I'm rooting for Myles Garrett. I really don't see him not breaking because he's got 3 more games. 1, 2.
If he breaks it before the last game, I can give him credit because
they were talking about that.
Yeah, that's the 17th game. But if he does it this week and next week, all right, he broke the record legitimately.
Yeah. Well, and I think he'll break it because it's a tie right now with Michael Strahan and is it J.J. Watt, T.J. Watt? One of the Watt brothers. They're actually tied for it. Although I saw the last one of the final sack that Michael Strahan got, and it was I didn't realize that you get that. So it was against Brett Favre, but Brett Favre slid and then he touched him. He got credit for a sack.
Brett Favre, I remember that. I watched that. And
is that really a sack?
Yeah, I was playing when that happened, and apparently Brett Favre gave him that sack, and they interviewed him at the end of the game or the next day, whatever. They said, "How do you feel about the sack?" And they said, "People are saying that you gave it to him." He was like, like that.
Well, but
So
how is that even a sack? If you go down and you basically pat him when he gets down, how is that a sack? Which Myles Garrett kind of had one of those yesterday.
It's a stat because I had that happen to me in Arizona when Arizona was part of the West, and I was blocking the defensive end, and I held him on the line, and he was stout. So somebody got beat over here to the right tackle or the right guard, and they bumped into the quarterback. The quarterback fell right behind me. He fell right behind my legs. I kind of like felt him right behind my legs when I spotted the defensive end. Defensive end went down and touched him like that. That was a sack.
Give him a little low tap.
Yeah. He just reached right and touched him. That was a sack.
Yeah. That doesn't that doesn't make any sense. I do know he's one away. One away. I did like what Michael Strahan said about it. He's like, I'm good with it. I mean, dude has earned it completely. He was congratulating him weeks ago. He knows it's coming. And I mean, we'll talk about what games he's got coming up here in a minute, but yeah, I mean, I'm glad he got his little old one sack or half a sack or whatever he got against our guy. But man, Myles Garrett, dude.
See, what I'm going to be interested in is about the offensive tackles that they're playing against, because all the offensive tackles right now are sitting right there thinking like, man, I don't want that stat against me, because you're going to be looking at for the rest of your life, whenever they talk about the sack leader, you're going to see your picture or you on that video. That happened to me against Bruce Smith. When Bruce Smith went to the Washington Redskins, he needed 3 sacks to break the record or the most total ever. I said, you're not getting a sack against me. I mean, I kicked and bit and punched and kicked knees. I did everything possible against this dude. All right.
I'm going to bite you, fool.
He didn't get it. He didn't get it against me.
Yeah.
I would not let that dude get a sack against me. He's not going to break the record with
me. Saints over Panthers. Who cares?
Yeah.
Rams over Lions. I know Devontae Adams is, I think, out.
I think he pulled or tore his hamstring. That's out.
I don't know what you said. Mm-hmm. He's week to week, not likely to play on Thursday. So they clinch. They're in the playoffs. I mean, and maybe you can give a little bit more on that than I can. But if you clinch the playoffs and you're the Rams, do you even play him until a playoff game?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, depending on the severity of the injury, he's definitely not playing next week.
Right.
And if he does feel good, I'll keep him out the next game. But maybe the last game, just to run a couple of plays to stay in shape and get in tune. Maybe.
And we ain't throwing to you. We're not doing anything to you, but we're going to get you out there as a distraction.
No, you throw it to him. You do what you have to do, but don't have him play the whole game.
Okay.
Maybe like the first half, and maybe if it's 30 plays in the first half, do 19 or something like that, and then set him out for that. You got to stay conditioned, because if he's out 3 games, he's not going to be in tune and make the playoffs. And if they're first in the division, then they got another bye week. You're talking about sitting out a whole month. He will not be in tune. So you got to put him out there and run some routes and get everything all right.
Well, and I know, I love watching Dan Campbell's press conference, because, I mean, he takes losses personally. It's not like, that dude takes it personal.
You want to know why? Because he was out there.
Yeah.
He was out there. He knows how to play. He knows how it is to win. He is not a clipboard carrier who played, no disrespect, that played Division III football and then went straight to
coaching,
water boy and all clipboard carrier and just worked himself up. Hey, there's nothing wrong with guys that have done that. And coaches that's never played, there's always been some type of assistant and they move their way up. But Dan Campbell was out there. Yeah. He was in the trenches. Hey, Ryans from the Texans was out there. He was in the trenches for years. Dan Campbell years. I don't know who's out there right now that actually played. But those two with their programs, you can see how it is because it makes a difference if you actually been out there and did something.
Yeah. Seahawks over the Colts. Grandpa was out there.
Uh-oh.
Man, he actually did pretty good. I mean, he did have one play. You're like, he was hiked the ball. He started running and full fell down.
Uh-oh. I mean, if he didn't do anything, I bet you that he was already notified probably a month or so ago saying that he was going to get, probably signed, and he started working out a little bit because
he said he didn't find out till Sunday. They just called him and were like, "Hey, you want to play?"
Bull.
You think there's more to it?
Yes, I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet you they informed him like we might sign, he might not. He went out. I'm not saying he went balls out and did the doggone gym 20 hours a day and all stuff, but he went out, did some practice throws and everything, and got a little conditioning. No.
He didn't look at that when he literally hiked the ball. He was moving up into the pocket and he fell down. Don't get me wrong, the man got back up and kept on going. He actually did pretty good. I mean, he didn't lose that game with Seattle. The Colts defense lost the game with Seattle because they were up by 1 point, and the defense basically with the minute whatever allowed them to go down and get a field goal.
Yeah, that's unfortunate with them, especially with Granddad. I didn't watch that, but I mean,
I saw a lot of the highlights. It was hilarious.
Like 44 years old, you don't want to get hit. I'll fall down too.
Hey, if he'd have won, I'd have been calling you, man. There's a chance you can go back, Flozell.
No, I'm too old. But you heard about the situation with the like Players League and anything. He got those 9 kids.
Yes.
So when you retire, you only got 5 years of medical.
Oh wow.
So now that he has came back, it resets. Even if he just played the rest of the 2 or 3 games for the season, it resets another 5 years. So he still gets full medical. There's like $50,000 a month or something that he can use for those 9 kids he has. So it is a business side to this.
Since we're talking about the old folks, we'll really quick talk about Lindsey Vonn. She went out, 41 years old. I think she won the Worlds this week.
Oh, did she? I thought I saw a picture somewhere. I thought that was something old.
No, she went out there. She's going to push back retirement. Falling away. Yeah, so she won. She won whatever she just downhill racing. She got a titanium knee. Yeah, 41. I mean, just shout out to her. That's crazy.
Yeah, shout out to them. I mean, these people come back or these people continue playing. I did 13 years and I retired at 34. There's no way in hell that I can see myself out there at 37, 38, 40, 41. No.
Yeah, that's rough.
I don't see how they're doing it. I mean, maybe they're taking something I couldn't know. Their bodies are built better. Who knows? I don't know.
Packers over the Broncos. Broncos over the Packers. Obviously, that makes me happy. Put the Bears at number 1 in the NFC North. I do know Mike Parsons went down ACL 9 to 12 months. So as we will talk about later, I will benefit. I'm never want to see anybody get hurt, but obviously I benefit from that. 49ers over the Titans. Not really a huge surprise there. I was at the Cowboys-Vikings game. That was pathetic. And so the guy I went with, I don't know how these guys, I'm assuming because they have relationships with the Cowboys and they're, this and that. Well, they should have done. It was horrible. I swear the Cowboys continued to run the same play over and over. And it's like the defense was like, we're just going to keep going after them. There were so many times that Dak had to just ground the ball because the entire defense was in his face. Ridiculous.
I'm so exasperated over this. Exasperated. Because Vikings do have a good defense. But their offense, this is basically a rookie quarterback that you guys couldn't contain. But I'm literally looking at the game, and every time Zach dropped back, he had somebody in his face.
Every time.
Like, okay, it happens first series, second series. or a time or two in the second quarter, but they didn't adjust. It happened the whole game. I'm looking at Dak's face, the frustration on it. I'm like, this dude, I admire him, how he just keeps calm out there. I don't see how he do it because I've been cussing everybody up.
Yeah,
Because, like, you guys need to do something, like, go against what the coach had to say to protect your boy. And when I was watching that game, I said, the quarterback is your baby. The quarterback's your baby. And you're going to protect that baby.
Yep.
So at one time or another, that baby get hit. I'm making a scenario here, not actually hit, but I'm talking about the quarterback. He get hit, and then you look at your baby's face and your buddy's face or your homeboy, your brother, your comrade, and you're like, man, I gotta fight for this dude. I don't want to get him hurt. You gotta take something and get it from within you and just saying, like, I refuse to let this happen.
Yep.
I gotta refuse. If I need to take a penalty, and somebody's gonna be like, yeah, Flozo, you have to take a penalty, kiss my ass. But you got to go out there and just have some pride within yourself to prevent that stuff from happening, no matter what.
Yep. I mean, it's that whole game, and of course the guy who has the tickets has season tickets, and I mean he's just even sitting there shaking. I mean, everybody was shaking. I mean, it was utterly ridiculous.
It was utterly ridiculous. Those lazy ass receivers.
Yeah, the whole game.
The doggone receivers didn't even do anything. I'm looking at CeeDee Lamb taking half routes. Might as well forget about the number 3.
Pickens.
Because he been having an attitude the last couple of years. He had 3 great games this year. He just shut up. He doesn't care. Everybody wants to say, resign this guy. Let him go. There's a reason why Pittsburgh let him go. And you guys saying he's a great receiver, he's a good receiver, now you see why Pittsburgh let him go. Let that dude go. Do not sign him.
Yeah. Steelers over the Dolphins. Not really surprised there. So the games we have coming up, Rams over Seahawks. I believe the Rams should take that game. Eagles over Commanders. It's always a rough one, but I do think the Eagles are going to wake up and start playing. I really do.
You can't count them out.
Yeah.
You can't count them out. They're still a good football team.
They are.
They struggle. You're going to struggle. But they find a way out.
Yeah, we talked about it before. It was one of those things. It looked like they just had to figure out what was going on.
Yeah, they figure it out.
So Saturday, these are those 2 Saturday Eagles Commanders. So the Saturday late game this week, Packers at Bears. I think. So we were there. We were at the Cowboys game. They said, "Well, you guys got beat by the Packers. Do you think you'll win?" I said, "Yeah, 100%." I don't see us losing to the Packers in Soldier Field. I think we got the game last week with playing a Cleveland that playing the Browns and winning the way we did. And it's almost one of those things like figuring out where you're at, what you're going to do, what you're going to be successful. I think the Bears win this week.
It's confidence. It's about confidence. And whenever they play, when did they play the Packers? 3 weeks ago?
Not last week, but 2 weeks. Yeah, they just played like 2 weeks ago.
To me, they're a different team than they were 2 weeks ago.
Oh, 100%.
They're a totally
100%.
different team than they were. So I'm looking forward to watch this game. I want to sit back and watch this game for sure.
Chargers at Cowboys. I don't know. I think you flip a coin on that one.
I mean, the Chargers going to the playoffs, so they must win to get a better seed. But yeah, Cowboys, okay.
Yeah. I don't even know what to say about them.
I wish you luck.
Vikings at Giants. That's a coin toss. I mean, the Vikings seem to be waking up, but you also know I think Winston's still starting for the Giants, so he's still trying to get on the team at some point somewhere. Bengals over the Dolphins. Are the
Dolphins going to be in the playoffs?
No, I think Dolphins have been eliminated.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins have been eliminated.
I think they're probably in the deep push for it. They might be in a deep push because everybody's beating each other up on AFC.
Yes, the Miami Dolphins are officially eliminated from the 24-25 playoffs.
Well, there you go. Oh, they lost yesterday. Yeah.
The
Okay.
Steelers.
Yeah,
They're out. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be one of the best games on Sunday. Buccaneers Panthers. Because whoever wins this game is going to lead the NFC South. They're both 7-7, which means whoever wins the Buccaneers Panthers game is the NFC South.
That'll be a special situation. I mean, quarterback Young, he's finally like gelling a little bit. Definitely that more than he has in the previous 2 seasons. So he's looking a lot better. So I was thinking at this time that the Panthers were probably going to try to cut him, but for the Panthers to be 7-7 and a chance to make the playoffs, that's a dramatic change. But the Buccaneers, that'll be a good play. That'll be a good. Expect Mayfield to be at his best, and then they got Mike Evans back, who had a good game last week, but they can't have those mental lapses like they did to get that loss. But you're correct. That'll be a good game.
Jets Saints.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares? Bills at Browns. Bills are gonna. Bills are gonna run all over the Browns. I think it's going to be hard for that. That's a rough one for Myles Garrett to get a sack on.
Actually, the Bills tackle, he's pretty good.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but he's number 73.
Chiefs Titans.
He goes back and forth to being great, good, and bad.
Yeah.
But now that he has this sack record coming, I expect him to be at his best. So if you want
everybody's gonna be at their best. You don't want to be the one that gives it up.
No way. So expect him to be the best game of the season for the left tackle. Dawkins is his name.
All right.
Be at his best game this Saturday or Sunday. It's Sunday.
Chiefs at Titans. Nobody cares. Jaguars at Broncos will be a good game.
That'll be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good game. Jaguars Broncos is gonna be a good game because the Jaguars, where are they sitting now? I think they're leading their little. Yeah, Jaguars are 10-4. Who would have known? Trevor Lawrence 10-4.
Trevor, Jesus Christ superstar.
Yep, Trevor Lawrence. And Texans are coming for them though. 9-5. They better win that game.
Yeah, they are definitely.
Yeah, they better win that game. Especially. Well, we'll get to that here in a second. But Falcons Cardinals, nobody cares. Raiders Texans. So there's your scenario with the Jaguars and the Texans.
That's a Jaguar. That Texans Raider game is a trap game for Houston. Trap game.
You really think so? You think
that's a trap game.
They're going to fall into it?
You never know. If you fall into that trap, you're going to fall into that trap. You're like, oh, look at this. Like we're talking. Texans and the Raiders, they should kick their butts. And then we're looking at the score on Sunday and we're like, hey, what happened?
In the world?
I don't care what you say or anybody say about the Raiders, Browns, and whoever it is up there, the Giants. They're still
dangerous
professional teams, and they still got some badasses on that team. Just because they're losing, that don't mean some of those individual players not a badass. So you can't let it lightly on them.
So Jacksonville or Jaguars Broncos is going to be a good game. Steelers Lions, as much as people think it's not going to be a good game, I think Steelers Lions is going to be a good game.
Well, it's going to mess with their wild card prediction for what it is because they're both 8-6. So this is a must win for these guys.
Yeah. Patriots at Ravens. I think that'll be a good game. Well, that's a Sunday night game. Man, I'm like picking my games. I'm gonna have to have the quad view on this weekend.
Wow, the Baltimore Ravens definitely have to win this game to have some playoff hopes. Yeah. They probably are going to be eliminated. Might be eliminated. I don't know the stats or anything like that, but they might be eliminated if they lose this game.
Yeah. 49ers at Colts. I'm assuming we're going to see old man again. Oh, there's the sack record right there.
That's a Monday night game. Yeah. I expect the 49ers to be there. It's going to be a shame that the Colts started the way they did at the beginning of the season and just the injuries mounted up against them and they're not going to make the playoffs. But, I can't see them making the playoffs if they lose this game. Yeah. But there's A for effort, definitely. They turn that program around and they're definitely going to do a good job next year. Not going to say definitely. They're going to make a decision because Daniel Jones might not play that whole season. Then they have their first round pick and probably have to decide on whether or not they're going to pick up his contract for a fourth year. I think. I can't see them drafting another quarterback and bringing a veteran in, and then I'm not going to keep no 45-year-old Rivers there next year. Come on now. No, but that'll be a venture. That's going to be one of the top 5 teams to be talking about, especially with their quarterback decisions on what needs to be made.
Yeah. All right, so then we're moving out of the NFL into Flozel's favorite subject, Michigan.
Michigan. Well, there's not much to be said. The guy made a mistake, a very, very costly one, just like Tucker did at Michigan State 3-4 years ago. I don't know what it is, man. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that. It's unacceptable. You can't do that.
Come on, man. What you doing out there? Making all that money acting a fool.
$6 million a year for that. And nobody is worth that. Nobody's worth that. But look, okay, we can. Damn near everybody knows the whole situation with the coach situation. But I want to get it back to the administration who knew about it for months.
Oh wow, yeah.
The administration knew about this for months. They just didn't find out when this news hit the tabloids. They've known this as far back as like the summer.
Yeah.
And that's typical Michigan stuff. That's what they do. And they get away with everything. They get away with everything. Is there going to be any sanctions or anything happening with this? Just like they did that recruiting violations and stuff against Michigan State 2 months ago and took away scholarships and everything. Are they going to do this for Michigan? Who knows? Time will tell because they got away from that sign stealing stuff and that the scout to attend another games with the opposing team jersey on. They got a slap on the wrist and got a national championship, but nobody ever considered them having a national championship. So what?
Yeah,
I think the school should be suspended because they knew about this and didn't say anything.
Yeah. Michigan State, your new head coach. We talked about it a little bit. You're feeling good about him?
Better than the last one.
It's not that I'm feeling better, but you know,
it's better than the last
moving
one.
up.
We've talked about this last year a lot when Michigan State was going through this situation. That I always felt that Michigan State, the last 2 head coaches, because the last one before it was D'Antonio, he's from Ohio, and I felt that Michigan State left what was needed at Michigan State. They brought in Tucker. We're not going to talk about any allegations. That doesn't mean anything right now. Tucker had been in the SEC and all down south and stuff, so he comes in and he's recruiting all down south to bring these guys up. Not to say anything's wrong with those players. You got a style of player from a different region. And then you bring in Smith from the West Coast, Oregon State. He's recruiting out on the West. Tucker is recruiting out on the South. Now they got Pat Fitzgerald that fits the mold. He's a Midwest guy. I know he's been in Northwestern over 10, 15 years and stuff, but he's a Chicago guy. He has Midwestern roots. He knows how to get the players out of the Midwest. Michigan State is built and always have built for most of its players being from the Midwest. So they left that the last 4 or 5 years. So now it's time to bring it back. So I feel that Pat Fitzgerald fits the mold on what a Michigan State coach needs to be, especially with the recruiting process.
All right. And do you think he will benefit from the portal? I know I saw a post you did talking about a quarterback that was leaving somewhere.
A quarterback that's leaving. Aiden Childs, the starting quarterback for the last 2 years, is leaving. He put himself in the transfer portal. All I can say is I don't know how good he is. He looks like he's supposed to be good, but because he was with the program, it's no telling. So he wasn't looking good. But maybe he can start off somewhere else, because if he hit the transfer portal and Pat Fitzgerald just hired 2 weeks ago and he just hit it right now, which means Pat Fitzgerald had a talk with him, or someone was representing somebody and said, "Hey, well, you're not going to be the number one quarterback here, so you're going to have to start from the bottom and work yourself up." So he was like, "Screw that," and went to the portal. That would be my first guess on what had happened. So I wish him the best. Hey, go back to the West Coast and pass Happy Cal or Washington or Stanford, which is nothing wrong with it. And you only have 1 year eligibility. Hey, go do it.
Yeah. All right, man. Anything else?
No, it's nothing else. That's pretty much it with the football situation. So
Getting our Lives with Legends stuff ready for San Francisco. Go to liveswithlegends.com, and got any questions, reach out to us. Be happy to let you know. All right, man.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yes, sir.